Today we'll discuss about the universality or the appeal of Gitanjali in universal spheres, as well as Tagore as a universal poet with special reference to Gitanjali. Richard Thompson has opined that Rabindranath Tagore, though only a Bengali born in the Ganges Valley, has yet to become a universal poet. Universal, he says, is only if only as a poet who has exquisitely phrased moods of misgiving and of wistful trust that have been inarticulate though experienced by men and women of many races. Even though Tagore's expression of these moods has been damaged somewhat by too much repetition, the achievement of Gitanjali remains, and the world will not be so ungrateful as to forget it. In other words, we can say that Tagore's claim to universality can be based wholly and solely on Gitanjali, even without the rest of his poetic work being taken into consideration. We can observe this with looking into the fact that Tagore and Gandhi have a special place in the eyes of the West. Pearl S. Buck, who's an eminent American author, has expressed his views that next to Gitanjali, the name of Tagore is perhaps the best known to the Western world. Tagore and Gandhi, he says, are very different in their impact upon the Western world, different and alike, different in their political positions, and alike in their spiritual leadership. Gandhi had a great political influence, the greater because of his historical power. Tagore stands to the Western world for pure beauty and for the universal because he was not involved in politics. Tagore's poetry and his poetic prose reached deep and far because he spoke about the mind and the soul, therefore leading the human spirit towards God, not any narrow God created by man, but the spirit of the universe itself, creative and deep, transcending formal religions and races. Tagore, as we have seen throughout Gitanjali, is not only the poet of the future but also of the present. Pearl S. Buck goes on to say that Tagore was in a very real sense a world poet. Tagore's words of beauty, sensuous but not sensual, comprehending not only a love of God and the relationship between man and God, but also human love. A profound sense of beauty pervades Tagore's works and ennobles it and makes it understandable to every heart. The world needs such poets. There is always a dilemma which every artist has to face, whether he can lead the mankind into the future or should he dwell upon the past. If he leads people too soon into the future, he loses them who have not his gift of prophecy and insight. And if he dwells upon the past, people would cease to grow. Tagore escapes both these courses. His eye was fixed upon the future of mankind, when goodness and beauty would flower out of inspired thought, but he lived in the present and his words are valid for the present. So Tagore's message is both beauty external and invincible. He spoke out of his own soul and mind and heart. To him, beauty was external and invincible, the indispensable source of refreshment for the soul and the mind of mankind. In this troubled world, it is good to remember him and to recall that beauty is in his message. Perhaps it is the message of every great or true poet. His message is as a living today as it ever was, and it was never more necessary than it is now. The greatness and the universality of Tagore as a poet in two features of Tagore's poetry is one, the spiritual element, and the other is the glorification of beauty. In this connection, we should remember that Tagore's early poetry was intensely sensuous, like that of Keats, and that he was at that stage a complete aesthete. His poem Urvashi is one of the greatest celebrations of beauty in any poetry. Subsequently, the spiritual element in Tagore's character and personality began to dominate, and the climax of this development reached at the time of Gitanjali. So, we can say that Tagore's poetry is a blend of individual and general human interest. Tagore's poetry expresses feelings of wonder, of enchantment, and of delighted surprise. These feelings were all the deeper in Tagore's poetry because it offered poetical thoughts of great richness in a clear language with simple yet highly suggestive means of expression. Tagore brought a fresh and novel flow of poetry into the stream of world poetry because it is a great lyrical outflow such as the world had not known for a long time, and which, while bearing the stamp of a national character, also had the features of universality, including human features that are essential in all ages and places, which we can find in all the Greek tragic playwrights like and Shakespeare, French classics, Tolstoy, etc. Tagore's poetry is essentially a personal reflection of reality, and it calls forth a response from the sensitiveness of everyone. This blend of a powerful individuality and a general human interest is an essential feature of Tagore's poetical creations and is closely linked to his fundamental concept of the harmony existing between the individual and the universal, a concept which is the very foundation of Indian culture. The greatness and the universality of Tagore rests upon Tagore's expression of certain universal feelings, upon the expression of certain poetical thoughts, his use of simple and suggestive words, lyrical quality, and the depiction of the essential human features, blending the powerful individuality and general human interest. Yeats has also said about Gitanjali that it is one of the greatest work and talks about its universality. Yeats has, in his introduction to the English edition of Gitanjali, written that the lyrics of Gitanjali, which in the original Bengali version were full of subtleties of rhythm and metrical invention, display in their thought a world which he has dreamed of all his life. These lyrics, says Yeats, had moved him deeply, and he had carried them with him for days, reading them in railway trains, in restaurants, or on the top of buses. The poems of Gitanjali, according to Yeats, are the product of supreme culture, and they are at the same time the product, like grass, of the common soil. Gitanjali, Yeats further says, is the work of a noble-minded scholar. He expresses the view that these lyrics would not lie idly upon the tables of ladies who turn the pages of books with indolent hands in order to sigh over their meaningless lives, nor would these lyrics be carried out by students at the university to be laid aside when the work of real life begins for them. But as the generations pass, travellers would hum these lyrics on the highway, and men rowing upon rivers would hum them too. The basis of the universality of Gitanjali. The reasons of the universal appeal of Gitanjali can be summed in many. There is its spirituality and its mysticism, and therefore its sublimity. There is the simplicity, spontaneity, and the music or melody of its language, the choice of words, and the rhythms resulting from the arrangement of words remind us of the language of the Bible. The language of Gitanjali possesses an incantatory quality like the verses or mantras of the Vedas. Then there is an exquisite nature imagery as well as other imagery which imparts a rare charm to these lyrics. In Gitanjali, we really find a piece of devotional poetry at its best. Although the same themes and the same feelings are repeated again and again, yet we are also struck by the immense variety in the treatment of the themes and in the expression. we can see that it remains for us to see that how the illustrious qualities of Tagore's poetry in Gitanjali triumph, and which have already been enumerated above. The mysticism, which is the real theme of Gitanjali, finds expression in various ways in these poems. Tagore's mysticism consists in a firm belief in God, in the immortality of the soul, and in the possibility of the human soul's communion with God or with the divine spirit. So ultimately, it can be said that the poems or Tagore's Gitanjali and even Tagore has a great appeal into the lives of people and has a universal appeal which shows or impacts lot of people with his poetry, and it is a timeless piece of work which can be read anytime and which gives relief to the humankind. Thank you.